Today we're taking a look at the Polluno from Eskute. It's a really nice city electric bike with a Bafang 251 motor, so it is absolutely road legal in the UK, in Europe, and that's a big selling point for this bike. We're going to take a look at the specs in just a second, but if you like what you see by the end of this video, make sure you use the link in the description. There will be a discount code down there as well, and I'll put that in the pinned comment. Yeah, use that link and you'll be able to get a discount. Plus, I think there's about £100 off at the time of filming this video on the bikes on the website. So yeah, I'll link everything in the description down below. So £1,199 for this bike is an exceptional value, really good value for money, because it's one, road legal, it's two, got some really good specs on this bike, and three, it's got some really reliable motors and batteries in it. So you're going to be able to do a decent amount of mileage on this bike and it's going to be really reliable. So this is where the Polluno is at home. Nice paths like this. Not overly smooth, but there's a few bumps around and the suspension soaks that up. You've got the nice thin wheels for low rolling resistance, gives you a nice smooth ride compared to the Polluno. It feels like nice and smooth and plush. The finishing kit is really nice, feels a lot improved over the previous generations. You can use the throttle if you've got it, you can purchase it separately. Yeah, it feels just good. And if you're somebody who just wants to cruise along the canal paths and bike and cycle lanes like this, it's a perfect option, really is. Specs wise, you've got a 250 watt Bafang motor. Now if you know anything about electric bikes, then Bafang is a really good quality and reliable hub motor for your electric bike. Really good, and it's going to last you a good amount of time. Like I said, it's road legal, 250 watt, limited to 15.5 miles an hour. I'd like to see the law change on this. On a side note, going off on a tangent at the moment, I really do think we could have a bit more power legally in the UK, especially with the facilities being improved on cycle paths and roads. The law being changed recently with being more safe for cyclists on the roads. I think we could have a little bit more power introduced to these electric bikes now. I think the limited to 15.5 miles an hour, although it still keeps you fit, you have to still have that pedal assist and give it a bit of oomph when you're riding this bike. It's just doesn't really power you along like I'd like it to. But that's not the bike's fault, that's the law's fault, and they're just following the laws. But the actual bike itself does actually propel you along nicely. It's got a 36 volt, 14.5 amp, 522 watt battery, which is removable. You can charge it in the house or in the bike. The choice is yours. The finishing kit has been much improved on the Polluno this year. We've still got Shimano Tawny gears, which, if you know about bikes, Shimano are really reliable gearing. We've got nice finishing kit from Zoom, the brake levers with a bit of grip on. The grips are a lot improved from last year. I do like the grips on this new bike. And we've got that backlit LED display with the smart Bluetooth controls. Not only can you control the pedal assist modes from the app now, you can turn on your lights from the app, and you can actually lock the bike from the app for added security. I will link the app available for iOS and Android in the description down below. If you've got one of these bikes and you want to download the app, use that link down there. So it's a pedal assisted bike. They give you a range of up to 65 miles. Now that is probably a little bit optimistic in my eyes, because you want to have it on mode 5 to get the best out of this bike all the time. So you're going to be using that battery a little bit more. And if you've got the lights on and other things like that, then yeah, you're going to be churning up that battery a bit faster. I'd say in real life use, you probably get 30 to 40 miles out of this easily, maybe a little bit more, but 65 is probably a little bit optimistic because you're going to be going full pelt a lot of the time with that pedal assisted mode. But yeah, it's a really good mileage anyway. 30 to 40 miles is perfect, and if you're just taking this on a spring afternoon down the canal and you want to go to the pub and back, this is the perfect bike. This Polluno has got the sort of step through design. Some people prefer that to the Polluno they do, which is more of a mountain bike. This is very comfortable to ride. It feels a bit more leisurely, and you've got, like I said, that step through design. You've got thinner tyres for less rolling resistance on the road. The Zoom suspension is very good, soaks up the bumps on that canal path that I was testing out this morning, and it's got sort of hybrid brakes which stop you well. You've got a luggage rack on the back for carrying shopping or carrying luggage if you want to do sort of a longer ride with this bike. That comes in very handy. Front and rear lights for added safety when it gets a bit darker. Overall, for £1,100, just over, really good quality electric bike. There are a few cons I'd mention. It's quite heavy. I think it's about 34 kilograms. For some people, that might be quite heavy, but you're not going to be sort of carrying this around. If you've got to lug this upstairs, maybe this isn't the bike for you, but it's still, with that motor, not too bad. Like I said, it's underpowered for what I'd like to see, but that's not Eskute's fault. That's not the bike's fault. That's sort of the UK and EU laws fault. I think we can have some more power on these bikes now. But overall, been really impressed with the ride. Very smooth. Those tyres are nicely grippy, but like I said, got low rolling resistance on the road, on cycle paths. So you just sort of glide along. It's very leisurely ride, comfortable. The saddle's nice, the grips are nice. So overall, if you're after a nice, cool, smooth leisure e-bike, then this is probably one of the ones to go for. It's nice to ride, it's got a good kit, it's got a good range, and it's going to be really reliable. So if you want to grab one, like I said, there will be a link in the description down below. But that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you've got any questions, I will try and answer them in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already to the channel, because we've got plenty of other electric vehicles on the way, plus tech videos every single week. It's lots of fun here, so stay tuned. I hope to see you again. But that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one.